Hello. How are you? Thank you for waiting. Every time I try to go live, I have technical issues. I don't know why. This is why I need to hire help because I do most of everything on my own. But welcome in. I'm Tammy Mastroberti, best-selling author of the books The Universe is Talking to You, and behind me, The Higher Help Method. And I'm actually here to talk about the higher help method. If you're new to me, I teach people how to tap into what I call the divine higher helpline of the universe, or just the higher helpline of the universe, and how to communicate and really develop a relationship with the universe, your angels, your guides, loved ones who have passed on, um, all of the above, goddesses, saints. It doesn't matter what your background is, you can call on all of it. So I am going to give you an update about my cats. I'm going to do that at the end for people who don't know or don't care. I'll say that to the end. But we are going to dive into higher helpers for healing, because I think there are so many of us. I mean, I dare to say the majority of people living on this earth are trying to heal from something, right? That could be something physical, an actual physical ailment, a diagnosis. Um, it could also be mental, emotional, right? Anxiety, depression. There's different levels of it. Some other type of mental disorder or affliction or whatever it might be. Addiction falls into that, right? Whether it's drugs, alcohol, shopping, food, gambling. Oh my God, there's technology. Like, as we evolve, there's more and more things to be addicted to. So, the good news in all of that, the good news is there is help for it. And we don't have to figure it out alone. We don't have to find the answers on our own. We don't have to manifest on our own. We have help. And if you're new to the higher help method, the book is linked below on YouTube and Facebook and in my bio on Instagram. But the higher help method is a 4-step process that I use and that I teach people to tap in to the higher help, whether you're trying to find a solution to a problem or a challenge, make a decision in your life, create and manifest something, and create and manifest positive change. My cat is dancing around me. Speaking of cats, one of them is with me. Whatever it might be, the higher help method can assist you, right? And part of that higher help method, step 2 of the method, is asking the universe for help so that we are not in it on our own. All the answers we need are available to us. They are within us, they are within reach, they are within our higher self, and our higher helpers can help us access that information, can drop in that information so that we can move forward faster instead of us being in our heads, blocking these answers, being stressed out, and all of that. When we make room and we ask for help, and we ask not only just for the help with this problem or what we're trying to create, but when we ask for help in seeing and noticing the answers and the ideas and the things, that are going to drop in. When we ask for help in noticing and recognizing the help, the answer, the solution, and help in taking action on it, it's even easier, right? We don't want you to just, listen, higher helpers, universe, source. We don't want you to just drop in the answer. We want to make sure we get it, we recognize it, we see it, and we act on it so that we can actually move forward, right? So, when it comes to healing, physical healing, emotional healing, and there's separate chapters of this in the book. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is from the book. I can't share with you every higher helper in the book because there's so many different ones, but I'm going to share with you kind of the top higher helpers when it comes to physical healing and emotional healing, okay? And What are you going to do with this information? You are going to start calling on them. So I have specific prayers in the book, in the Higher Help Method, that I've customized already for you that you can add to. If you're brand new, you can go to tammymastroberti.com, and there is for free my 3 tools to tap into the higher helpline. One of them is my morning prayer. You can start with that framework and then add these people into it, right? Okay. So I'm going to tell you who to call on. And when you call on them, you are asking them to send you the signs, the synchronicities, the ideas, the situations, etc., opportunities, people to help you move forward. And you're asking them to help you recognize them and act on them. That's the gist of what we're doing. Okay. And you're going to call them in every day until you start seeing the changes. Not just to ask them for help, but you want to take them with you throughout the day. You want to remind yourself to be on the lookout for the answers, right? So that's why I have you say it every day. Okay, let's start with physical healing. When it comes to physical healing, I'm going to give you a good list. Now, again, this is not even the whole list that's in the Higher Help Method, but I'm going to give you a good list of people that you can call on for a variety of things. Okay. So, number 1, and these people, before I get into it, I promise I'm getting there. These people span religions, belief systems, backgrounds, because you can call on anybody. You do not have to be a Buddhist to call on Buddha. You don't have to be a Catholic to call on a saint. These energies, these entities are available to anyone, because when we pass on, I believe, and get to the other dimension, the other side, the hereafter, heaven, whatever you want to call it, everything is oneness. Everything is love. Everybody's connected. So it doesn't matter. Having said that, if you don't resonate with somebody that I mention, don't call on them. Call on someone else. I give you all the options. You choose what works for you. I'm all about you customizing things for yourself. Okay, here we go. Number 1, the Greek god Apollo, Apollo. The Greek god Apollo is associated with healing and with medicine. You can call on him for not just help in healing, but in help in guiding you to the right doctors, the right healers, the right healing modalities. Okay. The one that I tell everybody to call on, if you call on no one else, Archangel Raphael. His name, literally Raphael, the name means God heals. And so Archangel Raphael can help you heal physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, can also help you find the right doctors, the right healers, the right modalities, and point you in the right direction to something that can help you heal, right? So he's amazing for all of that. You can call on him for yourself on behalf of someone else. You can call on him for animals that are ill. There is somebody specifically to call on for animals that are ill in the book. I can't remember the name of them at the moment. There's too many for me to have memorized all of them. So that's Archangel Raphael. Now, remember I said Greek god Apollo. He has a son. His son's name is the Greek god Asclepios. I could be saying it wrong. But it's Asklepios, I believe, Asclepios. He is the son of the Greek god Apollo, but what makes him a little bit different than his dad is he was very skilled in surgery, also medicine and all types of healing. But if you know anybody that has to have a surgery, if you have to have a surgery, I would call on him to not just assist you, but assist the doctors, the nurses, the anesthesiologists, everybody for the best outcome possible. But again, he was skilled in medicines and all types of healing also. Okay. So in addition to him, and this is spanning all different belief systems, there is an ascended master named Dom, D-O-M, Ignacio, Ignacio. Dom Ignacio is an ascended master who can heal not just your physical body, but your etheric body, which is the kind of the first layer of energy that resides outside of the body as part of the aura, right? And it's said by a lot of healers and healing modalities, they teach that before things reach the physical body, they're hanging out in the etheric body. So you want to not just clear your physical body, but you also want to help clear the etheric body, because there could be stuff hanging out energy wise there that hasn't manifested itself physically yet. So that's why I like him. It's he can assist in healing physically and energetically in that manner. And you can stack these people together. Whoever resonates with you, you stack them together. You ask them to work together to assist you. Okay. So then we have my cat is staring at me. Are you enjoying this? Yes, you just want me to rub you. Hildegard of Bingen, I believe is the name. And she was a holistic and natural healer. So she worked with holistic and natural remedies. So for those of you who are maybe looking for an alternative holistic or natural or energetic medicine to work with something that you're already doing, she would be somebody to call on. Also, she helps with migraines and headaches. Lord knows I call on her when I get one. So migraines and headaches are sort of something that she specializes in addition to the natural and healing remedies. Now, if you're also a headache or migraine sufferer, in the Catholic faith, there is Saint Teresa of Avila, Avila, I think is how you spell Avila. She was a patron saint of headaches and migraine sufferers, so you can call on her. And again, remember, please, this is so important. You're not just calling on these higher helpers to heal you. You are calling on these higher helpers to direct you to what can heal you. So to direct you to the right supplement, doctor, energy healer, specific healing modality, whether it's going to yoga for stress or going for craniosacral therapy or going to an herbalist or going to a naturopath or having Reiki, whatever it might be, right? There's a million different things that we can do. Now she's jumping off because she heard the driveway alarm. So Saint Teresa of Avila. Okay. Moving along. And if you have any questions, you can pop them in. I'll check the chat as soon as I'm done with my spiel here, giving you all the information. So when it comes to, in addition to like, while we're on that holistic herbal natural remedy thing, someone else you can call on around that is goddess Aya, AJA, who's a West African earth goddess. She used to be called Spirit or Lady of the Forest. And she was very skilled, said to be, and is very skilled in herbs and plants and natural healing. So again, if you're looking for some type of a natural remedy, she would be someone that you could even call on together with Hildegard of Bingen, to assist you with a natural solution, right? Okay. So in the realm of all things healing, in addition to like Archangel Raphael, the Greek god Apollo, where you're just like kind of everything falls under their bucket of healing, would be Lord Davantari. Lord Davantari was the actual person who created Ayurveda. So those of you who have heard of Ayurvedic medicine, Ayurveda, where you have the different doshas, like, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, I think are the 3 doshas. And that's a whole system of medicine as well that kind of leans more into food and plants and things like that, supplements, etc. But he was literally called like the god of medicine, right? So again, leaning into the natural aspect, but also kind of very open in terms of healing. Odds are he will lead you to something more holistic and natural, but just kind of an overall healing that can assist you. He can jump in there. In the higher help method, there's actually a ritual dedicated just to asking him for help. with whatever it is that you're dealing with. So, moving into, if you're dealing with, like, specifically, if you're dealing with anything around cancer, there's two Catholic saints I want to share with you. Again, don't have to be Catholic to call on them. I don't really practice Catholicism anymore. I grew up with it, but I certainly will still call on them. But I will also call on Buddha or a goddess, right? So again, up to you. Saint Agatha is the patron saint of breast cancer, and Saint Peregrine is the patron saint of cancer patients in general. So those are two people that I would call on specifically around that. And then the last one I'm going to give you, I know I've given you so many, and there, believe it or not, there's more in the higher help method, but the other one I'm going to give you is, if you're looking for help specifically around, like, calling on help for another, whether it be an infant, a baby, a young child who you're looking for healing and you're looking for assistance in how to help them, I would go with Saint Philomena. And so she's kind of the patron saint of sick infants, babies, young children. And so I would call on her. And again, I would combine. So if I was calling on help for my child or a child, I would go Saint Philomena. I would go Greek god Apollo. I would go Archangel Raphael. I would call them in together as a collective group to assist you in assisting the child, right? Or in assisting, or just, if it's your child, like, help me come up with the ideas that can point me in the right direction to their healing, right? That's kind of how I look at it. I always say, like, in the book, I talk about, like, the universe isn't Santa Claus, right? You can't just ask for it and it shows up. Like, sometimes, yeah, you ask for it and a miracle happens and it's an amazing, beautiful, mind-blowing thing. But sometimes it's the universe saying, "Hey, look over here. This is your answer," right? And then you go, "Oh, this person popped in, or this opportunity came up, or hey, I didn't realize this is right by me and I could look into this," or whatever it might be. It's the universe guiding you, pointing your direction. It's the higher helpers shoving you in the right direction in order to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve, right? So that is the physical healing higher helpers that I would recommend. And again, there's more than that. I'm giving you, like, a grouping that you can certainly start with, no matter what it is you're trying to heal from. There's people that, that I just gave you. There's higher helpers that are specific, and then there's also higher helpers that are all encompassing in any type of healing: physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. Okay, so now let's get into specifically emotional. And yes, you can call on emotional as well as physical all in one prayer, because healing is healing. But I break them out for you just to make it easier to know who to call on, right? So, emotional, my favorite, because it's mindset. I shouldn't say my favorite. I should say because I do love them all. Um, I should say my most turned to when it comes to mindset is Archangel Jophiel. I have talked about him or her a million times. Archangel Jophiel can help you shift your mindset from negative to positive quickly and hold more positive thoughts. So when you find yourself being dragged down by the negativity, being caught up in what is going wrong instead of what is going right, no matter what, whether it's about healing, whether it's about whatever you have going on, Archangel Jophiel is the one you would call on. And the prayer, I have the mindset shift prayer in the higher help method, but the Cliff Notes version of that prayer is Archangel Jophiel. Please help me shift my mindset from negative to positive and hold more positive thoughts as I'm moving forward through the day. And you can start your morning with that. You can do it throughout the day. Anytime you find yourself in the moment going into that negative space, stop. Ask Archangel Jophiel and then go back to doing what you're doing. I Every time it works for me. every time it works for me. Okay. So that's the first one. Because emotionally, I find, mentally and your thoughts are affecting your emotions. So I add that. I'm including that in there. Okay. Then we have Archangel Shamuel, and Archangel Shamuel is, and a lot of these higher helpers, by the way, do multiple things. So Archangel Shamuel does a lot of different things. He's the one that helps you find things, find a soulmate, find a job, find your keys. However, he also can assist with anxiety. So anybody that's suffering with anxiety, and I'm going to give you a couple more to add in to call in together for anxiety. I actually for anxiety, I also always include Archangel Michael too, because he helps with protection and with any type of fear that you're suffering from. But Archangel Shamuel is very good when it comes to anxiety. Also Saint Dymphna. So let me spell that, DymphnA. Um, Suffered herself from different mental illnesses and mental afflictions during her life. So she is now the patron saint of working with people who are suffering from that. So whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's any other type of mental illness, affliction, issue, she can assist you with that. And again, remember, assist you with finding the things that can help you. So that's Saint Dymphna. There is Archangel Zadkiel or Zadkiel, however you say that. It's Zadkiel. Can help you. So when we're dealing with emotional issues, sometimes forgiveness is an issue. Sometimes it's forgiveness of ourselves. Sometimes it's forgiveness of another. When we don't find the forgiveness, we're holding on to this emotional pain, right? So Archangel Zadkiel can help you find forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others, can help you find freedom from emotional pain, any type of emotional pain or negative emotions that you are harboring toward yourself or toward another person. He can transmute that with the violet ray into love and light. That's something that you can call on him for. So, any type of emotional pain, especially when there's forgiveness that you need to have of yourself or of another. Okay. So getting into addictions, I mentioned that in the beginning. Whatever your addiction might be, it could be to TV, it could be to TikTok, right? It could be to overspending and shopping, food, alcohol, drugs, gambling. I don't even know, there's more addictions that I've heard of today than ever before. Okay. So work, you could have a work addiction, you could be a workaholic, right? So if you're dealing with any type of addictive behavior, there are three people, three higher helpers that I would mesh together and call on for assistance. Number one, Goddess Kali can assist you in compassion and letting go of addictive behavior. Holy Amethyst, who is technically an archangel but called Holy Amethyst, can help you release addictions. She's also from she is one of the keepers of the violet flame, like Saint Germain, and so the violet flame can transmute negative to positive, negative energy, negative emotions, any kind of psychic debris that you're holding on. I always call on her for that. But she can assist you in letting go of some of that negativity that's keeping you in that cycle. And then there is a saint named Saint Maximilian Kolbe. So Maximilian and then Kolbe. He is the patron saint of, I think, a couple of different things, but I know of a freedom for looking for freedom from addictions. And I believe he worked with people like that during his life. So he's another one that you would call on. And again, you would call on assistance in helping you to shift out of this behavior and to help you find the people, opportunities, resources, books, therapists, programs, whatever that can assist you in shifting out of it. because you don't, again, you don't have to figure it out by yourself. You ask for the help to point you in the right direction, and you ask for the strength. So that's where the addiction piece comes in. And I'm going to give you a couple more. So there's one, if anybody's suffering from a broken heart in some way, whether it's romantic, whether it's from family, but you have you're really suffering from a broken heart. Saint Dwynwen would be who I would call on for that. How do we spell her name? DWYNW. Wait, DWYNWEN, I think, is Saint Dwynwen. Um, can help you with any type of emotional pain that is connected to really having a broken heart. And then the last one that I really need to call on more, because I mean, who doesn't have stress nowadays, right? And I remember years ago, my mother giving me a prayer card of this particular person. And the name is Padre Pio, Pio, or Father Pio. And he was made a saint and in the Catholic Church, and he is the patron saint of stress relief. Oh my gosh, who doesn't have stress, right? So he is the patron saint of stress release. He's also the patron saint of like young adolescents from like, I don't know if it's like 12 or 13 to 17 or something. So you can call on him on behalf of a teenager for assistance just in general. But he's the patron saint of stress relief. So if you know you are someone that deals with stress, you're going to call on him to help you handle it better, to put you in front of the people, the opportunities, the solutions that can help you. And then you're going to act on it. So if you hear about a meditation class, if you hear about yoga, and especially, I say this a million times if you follow me, anything that repeats in your life, if you keep hearing about meditation, if you keep hearing about yoga, if you keep hearing about a supplement, if you keep hearing about a book, whatever it might be, if you keep hearing about it over and over again, your answer is coming to you, and this higher helpers are waiting for you to act on it so they can stop throwing it in your face, right? So that's who I would call on for stress. So those are kind of the top emotional higher helpers. And I just, literally I was trying to decide what to talk about besides giving you an update on my cats, which I will give you in a minute. And so what I literally decided to do was I took my own book. This was yesterday. I took my own book and I was like, what do I want to talk about? And I took it and I just was like, I'm just going to open it, and whatever page it falls on, that's what I'm going to talk about, because the universe can direct me to what people need to hear or know, right? So I did that and I opened it up, and I literally opened it up to the list of higher helpers for physical healing. And then I just decided to add in the emotional healing as well. So I kind of use the universe to guide me on this particular topic that I was talking about today. And I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to talk about it because I think it's such an important topic, and so many of us are really just trying to heal from something, sometimes multiple things, right? Again, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, like I don't know anybody who's not trying to heal from something. So I just thought it was a great topic to come on and chat about. So if you have any questions, again, this is just sort of the like um the tip of the iceberg, as they say. There's a lot more, but this is definitely enough to get you started if you don't have the Higher Help Method book yet. Again, it is linked. But this is enough to get you started and to really kind of just, create your own prayer to ask for assistance and call in these particular higher helpers. So if you have any questions about anything specific, let me know, put it in the chat. But in the meantime, start calling these people in, whatever it is that you are struggling with. You can pick one. If you're like, I don't want to work with a bunch, you just pick one that I gave you, right? If you are really ready to go all in, stack them together. If you have the Higher Help Method book, there's a bunch of prayers in the physical healing chapter, in addition to the lists of people, lists of crystals that you can use. There are customized prayers that you can use as well. And again, if you want a framework to add these people in, if you go to tammymasterbirdie.com on the homepage for free, you can download my 3 tools for basically divine communication, divine higher help. And one of them is my morning prayer that has an intention section in it. And you stack these people in that intention section. Okay. So, having said all that, again, any questions, let me know. I will give you an update on my cats. So, if you missed, it wasn't last week, it was the week before that. So, if you go back in the weekly spirit boosts, I was telling you about my cats. And I have Callie, who's about 7, Dasher, who's around like 1 and a bit. And Dasher's a bit of a bully. Callie's a bit of an anxiety filled, fearful, sweet angel baby. And he kind of bullies her, and it's gotten to the point where it's like really bad. So I had to keep separating them. He was like jumping on her, biting her, etc. So I was telling you that I created a prayer for myself to start saying every day. And I was doing certain things that were going to hopefully assist energetically. I'm still working on that. But I will tell you, in the past couple of weeks, I have seen improvement. Now, they are not best friends yet. They are not fighting, but I have seen an improvement where they're like, they can be hanging out she doesn't hide and run as much. They're hanging out together a little bit, like not together where they're like playing or anything like that, but just like they're in the same room and they're sitting like maybe a foot apart from each other and nobody's doing anything. My husband even mentioned it the other day. I was in the kitchen and we're decorating for the annual Halloween party that we do every year. We do this Halloween party, and the whole house gets turned into like a haunted mansion. And so my husband was doing, like we have animatronics and all that stuff. So my husband was putting stuff together, and he came into the kitchen. He said to me, "I don't want to say anything, but they've been sitting near each other for 5 minutes and nobody's doing anything." Like, it was so bad where it was constant. It was constant. It was constant. It was so bad that we had to separate them. I'm really not having to separate them as much. Now, I'm still doing it to a certain degree just for my own peace, especially when I'm trying to work during the day and I'm in my office. Like right now, they're separated because I didn't need anything breaking out while I'm talking to you guys. But I'm doing the medicine in her ears that the vet gave me. I got 2 diffusers of the Feel Away. Somebody mentioned on YouTube they had collars, which I didn't even know about, although I don't know if they'll let me put collars on them because Dasher, I tried to put a collar on him once and he like lost his mind when he was little, but it had a bell on it. So I wonder if the bell was bothering him, but I just don't know. They don't have collars, so they might wig out because they don't go outside, my cats. They're inside. But anyway, so I did get the diffusers. I still have the spray. The other thing I started doing, besides I do Reiki Dasher, and I do want to try the scalar wave thing that I talked about last time. I haven't had a chance to start incorporating that in. I'm kind of taking it step by step. But what I am doing with Dasher is I have a holistic remedy from Jackson Galaxy. If anybody knows Jackson Galaxy, who's he used to do My Cat from Hell on Animal Planet, which I used to always watch and love. He's like a cat behaviorist. And so he has different holistic remedies. And there's one called the Bully Solution. And I was using it with Dasher, but I wasn't using it, like I wasn't giving it to him because it says to do it like 4 to 5 times a day or something. So I wasn't doing it that often. So I'm trying to up that a little bit to see if that assists also. So that's where I'm at the moment. I also, an animal communicator had said to me, if it gets really bad, to squirt Dasher with a water bottle, which I hate doing because I don't want him to be scared of me and whatever. But if I hear her scream, I'll shoot him. And then he will run away. And it is at the point now where I don't even have to shoot him. If I walk in there with a water bottle, he runs. So, and I don't like doing it, to be honest with you, because I used to do it when he was little, and then we didn't have to do it anymore. I hear mixed things about that. But anyway, in an emergency situation, if it's going to stop her from getting hurt, I'll squirt him because it's not hurting him. But anyway, so that's where we're at with that. So, 2 weeks in, definite improvement. So I'm going to continue saying the prayer. We'll continue to see what comes to me to do, because that's how the universe answers us. And I will keep you guys updated, because this is something that I'm working on with the universe to figure out, so that ultimately these two can hang out and not have to be separated at all. Again, I'm not expecting them to get along all the time, but I'm expecting it to be a lot less than it was. We're knocking on wood as I'm speaking. So we'll see what happens, but I will keep you guys updated, because this is just something that I am literally using my own higher help method for, and I will keep you updated on it. Okay. So let me see if there's questions. If I missed anything, I'm checking Instagram. And let's see, hold on. S. Robbins, I love Tammy's YouTube messages. Yay! I love coming on here. I have the higher up method and doing the money ritual from it now. Awesome. Do you know I know somebody who reached out to me recently who did every money ritual I had in the book, and like emailed me freaking out saying, I can't believe this works. I can't believe this works. And I was like, I'm telling you. So keep me posted on what happens, S. Robbins, because I want to know. Okay, let's see. Good morning, June from chilly Chicago. It's chilly in New Jersey too. The weather is nuts. It's like 60, 50, I don't even know. And then this weekend it's going to go up to the 70s again, and into next week. So we're refusing to turn the heat on yet. Thank you, Mary. My hair is getting long. I'm going to cut it though. Because that's what I usually do. I let it get long to the point that it's just too long and annoying, and then I chop it. Okay, let's see. Lisa says, thank you for sharing your wisdom. Perfect topic for the Aries full moon. Yes, today's the full moon, but it's like a super moon today also. So again, if you go into my YouTube channel, I have a whole full moon ritual that you can do. But basically, the full moon to me is about like releasing and what can we release. But you also can obviously ask for assistance. But yes, it is some type of a super moon this month. And today, or maybe it already happened. I don't know. Meredith says, thank you for this message. It's something I needed to hear today. Good, because the universe directed me to it. Lisa Whitehouse, I have both of your books, Open to Learning. I work with Archangel Ariel, Michael, and Raphael. Yes, Archangel Ariel is also like the angel of the natural world, and also does assist Archangel Raphael with healing. So that's another one that you can call on. Like I said, I couldn't give you all of them, but Archangel Ariel is amazing for all of that. Claire F says, hi, Tammy and everyone. Joined late today. That's okay. I was late. Love this topic. Always asking for higher help every day. I miss the names for physical healing. What are these names? If you can go back to, as soon as I get off here, you can go back and listen to the beginning of it, because there was a long list of physical healing. But it will literally be on replay as soon as I end the live. So you can go back and list and see the list. And then in the book, The Higher Help Method, there's an even longer list than what I'm giving you here. And that should be linked in the description below to get that. Let's see. Oh, Carla says, I just shoot a stream of water near the cat, and that is just as effective. I like that, Carla. I'm going to shoot it just off to the side of him, because honestly, like right now, when he sees me coming with the bottle, he'll run. But I like that. I like near the cat. I'm going to try that. I'm going to tell my husband that too, because he doesn't like to do the water bottle either, because I feel like he's going to fear us. He's going to fear the bottle. He's going to get mad. But I like that. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try shooting it right to the side of him. He's a real bugger though. So he might start he's super smart. He's one of those black and white tuxedo cats that are insane, and he's super smart. So I'm going to see if it works with him. if he'll start realizing she's not hitting me with it, I don't know. Cause he's real. Listen, he's so smart that if I just look at him and he knows he's doing something wrong, he lays down and starts licking himself and looks up at me and like tries to be all cute. Like, I'm not doing it. Why are you yelling at me? I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, I know, you know. So, but I will try that. I'm going to try that. I'll let you know if that works. Um, yeah, Lisa, I am trying. I am trying. I am trying. And I 100% know that it will work because I already see that it's working, but I know that whenever I call in help for something, I get help. So I know that even more help is coming. Um, Yes, Wendy, it is 100% rewatchable. So as soon as I'm done, if you go into the if you're on YouTube, it looks like. So if you're on YouTube, if you go into the playlist of Weekly Spirit Boost, it'll be the first, the most recent one. And you can watch the whole thing. Carla says my cat is missing. So when it comes to animals, I always call on Archangel Ariel because she's the angel of the natural world and animals, and I always call on Saint Francis of Assisi, who is the patron saint of animals. So that's who I would call on for assistance in finding. I'm assuming you mean like maybe the cat went out and hasn't come home or something like that. That's who I would call on to assist you in finding the cat and in also bringing the cat home, right? Like helping direct the cat back. That's who I would call on. Hold on. Serena Vogel. Hello, Serena. I love your name. Thank you for the work you do and making it so available. You're welcome. I'm listening to your Higher Helper book now. Yay. And seeing so many wonderful things happening in my life. This stuff works. I love when people say, oh my gosh, I can't believe this stuff works. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be on here telling you about it. I do everything in my own life. And when I see it work in my own life, it means it's going to work in yours. Right. And so thank you. I love when people say, I can't believe this stuff works because that excites me because that means you're doing it and you're seeing it. And it just helps other people realize, like, wait a minute, it really can be this simple. It doesn't have to be this whole crazy thing. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay. So, oh my gosh, it's almost 1:00. All right. So I've just been chatting and chatting. Thank you all for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. Please like the video on your way out, especially if you have stayed this long. Tag someone that you know needs help physically or emotionally and is open to calling in higher help so they can get started on their journey. I thank you so much for being here and for hanging out and participating and writing your comments. If you're watching this on the replay, leave a comment. I will still get it and respond. And as always, of course, I'll be back here next Thursday at noon Eastern for another weekly Spirit Boost. And if you, whatever you're planning to do this weekend, I'm giving you a homework. Do something that brings you joy. I say it every time, but I literally mean it. And I don't care if it's for 5 minutes. I don't care if it's a whole ritual. I don't care if it's small, like getting yourself a coffee, or, big, like going to a museum that you want to go to, whatever it might be, gardening, cooking, reading, taking a bath with lavender and Epsom salt, whatever you want to do that brings you joy, do something between now and Sunday night or Monday morning that brings you joy to boost your mood so that you are raising your vibration, so that you are noticing the signs and answers that are coming to you. Okay. And to just feel good, because when you're feeling good, you're way more open to the manifestations, the ideas, the things coming in, and you're just feeling better. So the way you do that is connecting with joy. So you are going to do something this weekend that brings you joy. You deserve it, and I'm telling you, you deserve it. So go and do it. You have homework. And I will be back here next Thursday at noon Eastern. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you then. Have an amazing and wonderful weekend. Bye, everyone.